welcome in everyone. People dripping in. Love to see that. Benetzi, Flamebull, Chris, Jericho, Eric, Kerry. How are you doing? Is everything fine? Alright, just let me do this. Also do that. Just letting the people drip in. Just as usual, right? Chris, Scott, how are you doing? Robert. There he is. Stavros. Sanam Khan. Welcome in. Haven't seen you before.
Stavros in the house.
He's in the house.
He never lifts.
Crazy day, boys and girls. Oh, Binetzi, I tell you, it was crazy.
If Stavros is in the house, the real question is, does the house have power?
You know, no, after the day I've had, does Stavros have power?
Oh man,
guys,
people.
listen to my DMs. Listen here. Give it a second. Can I just Murphy's Law? When I want to show you that when
You brought it up, it's going to be quiet.
Yeah, exactly. It's like dong 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 dong. Yeah, there we go.
It's pretty obvious from the main chat you're a busy dude right now.
Oh yes.
Well, what you guys don't realize is that it happens every day. It's just now that you guys are used to seeing how much it happens, but I get that crap every day.
It won't stop. No. It will not stop ever.
Paul can justify, or he can back me up. Say sometimes it's 60 to 100 DMs a day, just on marketing proposals. Wait, dong, dong. Give me another one, dong.
It's just crazy, I can tell you. The handling marketing is a pain. It's a pain.
And it's like this. 5 seconds go past. Sir, I've sent you a message. And then like 3 seconds, there's no, sir. Okay, can you just hold on? I'm busy or something. When can I have an answer? Just now. Just give me 5 minutes. I'll come back to you. Sir. And like 2 minutes later, I'm waiting. It's like, yes, just wait.
Yo, man, I'm doing my best to help mitigate some of that for you, man. I know it's a lot.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Change it to 48 days. Yes, Robert. We should do that.
Can you guys hear this? Bong, yeah. Bong, bong. It's amazing. I love that sound.
The marketing sir. I can tell you, marketing guys are crazy, and if you do not reply directly, they will start spamming you, and if you do not react, then they will start calling you, and they will just spam call you, right?
Yeah,
I sent a screenshot over to MB earlier, and the spamming I was getting just from one person, I was just blown away.
Now imagine having this from 30 people at once.
yeah, it happens. Chris, that's like Mal, dude. I promise you. That's what you saw there in that thing. Times there about 20 or 30 people doing the same thing while you're trying to like reply to someone. And you know, my notifications come at the top and they scroll, and sometimes I'm like busy right at the end of something. I'm trying to pay someone in Trust Wallet, and then I press by accident with my finger. I press going into Telegram again. I'm like, and I'm going back to Trust Wallet to go and finish the transaction and then go back. It's like that all day, every day. Not even joking. Crazy.
Won't stop. Will never stop, especially right now since we had the armor. I think like people smelling, oh, they are making AMAs. Let's jump on them.
You know like when there's a shark and there's blood in the water, that's like marketing people with AMAs. There's blood. flood in the water. There's like 50 of them going, "Rah, pay me, pay me."
Kindly check the M, sir. Here you have it. All right, but it was a crazy day today, right? I was in the car and
Yes.
AJ was calling me. He said, "Yo, the whale sold." I was like, "All right." I was getting prepared mentally for a lot of stuff happening in the chat. Now I can tell you, all of you, you did handle it like amazing, yeah. But I can tell you
Awesome.
also what Flamebull said, yeah. This is a big relief because these two wallets, they have been selling like constantly, right? They have been dropping us down all the time. Now it sucks that they did pull out in one go, but fuck it, right? It's their money, they can do whatever they want. And now we have some more air to breathe here. And as we saw,
Exactly.
comeback is on the go, and if we hold that, we will see tomorrow. In the 24 hours of CMC, we will be trending, right? And this is huge.
Exactly. That alone will bring in a good, I don't know, 30, 50, 60 holders. Just we have to hold the line there. That's all.
Exactly. And we saw some pretty nice buys today, right?
Yeah, we got some good buys. I mean, I think we did 150, 160 volume or something today.
Yeah, it was crazy. First from the sell, then from the buys, right? It was crazy volume. It was good for the BUSD.
Yeah, I can tell you now, my rewards doubled. Whatever I had in my wallet, I literally got paid like double my rewards.
It was crazy. Pretty nice, right?
Yeah. At the one end, I was like, damn it. And the second end, I was like, oh, okay, well, I got paid. Cool. Okay, now we just need to market.
Yeah, exactly. Got a little bit like crazy in the chat, right? But then again, yeah, if something like this happens, you cannot avoid this stuff happening sometimes, right? We had this before. The biggest thing I remember was when we listed on CMC, there was someone who sold also like 30K instantly in one go. This was I can tell you, this was a very, very big red candle. Very big one.
Exactly.
But
I remember that.
yeah, this stuff happens, right? This stuff happens. We had this before. We did have this once. We did hit the all-time high. Someone pulled out like what, 25K again. So this stuff happens, right?
People are taking profits. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
nah, definitely.
It's part of the. Yeah, I mean, it keeps us the steady income flow, so that's good.
Exactly, that's good. It did drive the volume up pretty. What's up with Bubble Bot there?
No, I'm trying to ask for the Dextools thing, but it's being full of crap. So let me sort it out quickly. Even Bubble Bot's not functioning today.
Nah, it's okay, right? Just a quick reminder that I did write it in the chat already, quite a lot of times. But if something like this happens, right, don't be mad at the people. Don't try to, like, I don't know, find the person who is holding the wallet. Yeah, all of this stuff doesn't matter. Everyone is free to do with his money whatever he wants to. Also in our project, right? We cannot stop them anyways. But now we have some kind of relief, right? Because we have been getting rid of a pretty, like, very big whale, I can tell you, and the selling was going on constantly. He did buy in pretty early, quite a big amount. And yeah, he was basically just taking his profits. And honestly, I can tell you nothing wrong about it, right? We do not need to be mad at them. We do not need to have like bad stuff going on in the chat. Yeah, it's just, as you saw, it creates entry points for more people. We had this before. We will have this again at some point, maybe. Let's hope not, right? But then again, we can't avoid this. Yeah, we just cannot avoid this.
It reminds me of a quote I read in it. It said like this: "Hodl and you become a millionaire. take profits and you become a billionaire by putting money into different income assets.
Yeah, exactly, right? This is something which works, and you never know. Maybe he's even buying back in, right? You never know about this kind of stuff happening, right? But it's all right. Nothing to worry about. As you can see, we had the AMA before. In how was it called? Dubai Crypto Bulls or something like that. They had some nice questions. Quite a few people in the AMA sitting there. Of course, just also be aware of the fact that this was a botted Telegram, right? But there are still real people in there, and this is what we are aiming for, right? The real people. Just this one thing happening with, like, I think 3 times in a row I got asked about security in the token and stuff like that, and then another one I wanted to pick for a question, he didn't find her, so I think the question in the end he directed me to the ones he wanted me to pick. So, right, there's something weird happening, right? But it's okay. The questions before have been good. So if someone was listening in there, pretty good for them. And we will keep this up. I think tomorrow is the Shibong
Yes.
AMA, and then at Sunday you did write me as another AMA. So
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday
You've got
and
you got
Sunday.
you got AMAs from now. You got AMAs from today till Sunday,
Yeah,
and
perfect.
possibly one on Monday.
Perfect. This is how we want to do it, right? This is perfect.
Yeah, exactly. You must remember, guys, the thing is this. If you look at a big account that's got 30, 40,000 people, always work on a 60-40 rule. So 60, even if it's 60% botted and 40% human beings, doesn't matter. That's what we're aiming for. Because no Telegram on this planet, no Telegram at all is not botted. Because even if it's a busy Telegram and there's real people in there, there will be clever bots that go in infiltrated either sooner or later. So it's going to happen. So if we work on a 60-40 rule, the point being is that if it's volume based, if it's more like organic based, then we try and hope for an 80-20 split. That's what it comes down to.
But just see this from Scott. You killed it on the AMA. I tried my best there, right? As usual. Stavros says Paul's personalisis. No, don't say that. MB is just going crazy with marketing, right? I told him just schedule the AMAs, and pump them in. Have free way to handle it for him. So basically, I'm his assistant, right? He's just scheduling it and tells me, all right, you're going there at this date.
Literally, I'm like, you're going there this date, this time. This is the format. These are the questions. Next.
No, but it works, right? But yeah, this is something we want to keep up, right? The AMAs, then the content from us. Nice work on the Reddits, everyone. And also, I have to tell you, this again shows that even if some people are a little bit silent, right? If some kind of action comes back in, you see we have a lot of active people in here, and this is what we need to build on this right now. So right now we're sitting on a good turnaround from this very heavy sell. Got a lot of buy pressure back in, and now we need to build on that again, right? Now we have some air to breathe, some room to breathe. This whale is out, and it's just good for us, right? Think of a reboot button, right? It was 24 trillion. This is a lot. This is a lot, and I can tell you, I think before in total he was holding on 2 wallets like what, 40 trillion? Yeah, I don't know. Sold constantly. He was selling responsibly until this point, and he just got out at one go. But it's all right, as you can see. It's all right.
Look how we stabilized it. How quick we stabilized, back up. And there's still work to do, but we rolled up the sleeves and we sorted it out. So good team effort all around.
Exactly. And also think of it, right? Profit taking is part of the game. Yeah, this just This is the way it goes. And he had 40 trillion. Imagine that, right? He was with us from the very, very early stage. He had 40 trillion. He did put quite a good amount of money into it, right? Don't get me wrong here. But then again, he made a bunch of profit, right? He made a bunch of profit, I can tell you. So he's out now, right? Don't be mad at him. Nothing to worry about. He'll just keep on going. He was a millionaire at all time high. Yes, yes. Remember getting a question from a DM from him, telling me, "Hey, you made me a millionaire today on paper." Imagine him pulling out at all time high at one go, right?
Jeez, yeah, wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, better this way, I guess. Nice.
You know, end of the day, you know, it's crypto, and it's like you said before. You know, we're in the Wild West here. So, you know, people are entitled, like you said, to take profits, entitled to put in money, pull out money. But you know, the important thing is just shows you how solid our community is, because when the chips were down, everybody jumped in, and we got it back up to a respectable place. And now tomorrow's building, and then right through till Monday. Monday, Tuesday, even. I'm trying to see if I can squeeze some more out until Monday, Tuesday, and then obviously with the TikToks and the Reddit. So we got to keep the momentum now. I think maybe it's a bit of a wake up call for everybody as well in the group, just to say, you know, if we call on you guys to help with the marketing, please, so that we don't go through these situations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's very important, and I can tell you, since I'm doing all the posts now on Reddit, I get all this insights there from the exposure side. It's quite a lot, I can tell you. Or better, we are reaching a lot of people out there. And then this is something we also said, right? Because people say, "Oh, you're doing Reddit posts every day, right? These are always the same people." No, it's not always the same people. Not everyone is checking this particular subreddit like every day, right? So we need to make everything out of Reddit. We made this before. This was also one of the main reasons we made it to the all-time high. So just light it up again, light up the engine. And also something I can tell you, before we did hit the all-time high, there was a 30k sell after CMC, and then we started our run there, right? So let's just make it better now again.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was crazy, right? It was crazy. We will be 100 plus increase in 17 hours exactly. And Coingecko. This is something we need to build on, right? This is something we need to build on. We got Ron's TV show coming up, or let's say live show coming up, which is a very nice format. I already saw a lot of you watch the first episode, right? He got a very, very nice episode there running. And I can tell you, as all of you know, Ron is a pretty big holder in us. So, of course, he's interested in pushing us as well, right? Of course. And we need to say a big thank you to Ron there, right? He's doing a lot for us as a project, as a business.
And that's also the start. If you look at his, sorry, Chris, go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just saying is that, you know, that first episode, whatever it is, was a test run. And if you look at the teaser he put out, because we chatted that same morning, and I said to him, "Can we pop out, you know, like a highlight spot or something?" And then, you know, he didn't hesitate. He also doesn't wait for long. Like we chatted, and it was out like probably in 2 hours later, you know, the little teaser. So that's also quite nice and responsive from his side, because it takes time to shoot these things, you know, and perfect it and edit and do all the scripting and all that type of stuff, because everything goes through all that process. So once he goes to 3 times a week, which is probably end of May, he said, but it might even become sooner. Knowing him, he'll probably do it in a lot shorter time. Then we're going to get quite a regular spot for on his show as well. So every week, I think, or every second week, we'll have quite regular spots on there. And that audience is going to just grow and grow once it gets to the thousands, we're going to benefit in a big way.
Exactly. Just think of that, right? I can tell you, Ron is now no one who makes jokes, right? There are people out there which are talking a lot. Yeah, there are people out there which are talking a lot but never take action. And Ron, I can tell you, he's someone he takes action. He was telling us when he joined, right? When he get to know the team and everything, he told us before, hey, I'm setting up this show and I will have you on the show, right? And of course, in the beginning, you're always thinking, oh, right, we will see when it happens, right? But then Ron stayed with us. Ron sticked with us. He did help us tremendously all the time, Ron and Ron Jr., right? And now we have the show, the teaser up, and this is like MB said. Once the show is getting big, and I can tell you, he has huge marketing budget to, and he wants this show to be very, very, very big, and he has the connections since he is working in production, right, in TV production. He is working there, so he has the connections, and I can tell you, this is amazing for us to have a regular spot on such a format, right? This is amazing.
We've even got, so quick thing, we've even got, I'm not going to put a spoiler out there, but we've even got something coming, because we were talking while you guys were in Zook. You know, Ron and I were talking when he was in Dubai, and he was said to me, the minute he gets back from Dubai, he's gonna jump on the show straight away and sort it out. And within, I think, 2 days, the first episode was the what do you call it? The test, the rehearsal was shot in 2 days after he got back, and he sent me the rehearsal. He said, check it out. 2 days after he got back from Dubai, so he doesn't play around. And one of those segments will cost you something like $30,000 up to do a show like it. That's what you all pay to be on that show.
Exactly. And we will have a regular spot on there, right? This is huge from the marketing side. And then again, of course, just to reassure all of you, right? We are grinding the AMAs, we're grinding the Reddits, we're grinding TikTok, we're grinding basically everywhere we can, right? We're just putting it out everywhere we can. But on some things, we just need every single one of you. But so far, I can tell you, amazing work, especially on Reddits, on TikToks, right? Great things I saw there. And we also got some new members. Yes, Chris, go on.
Yeah.
I'll just hold on, Chris. I was about to say, don't forget about our Instagram. We're blowing that up too.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Don't forget about your Instagram.
Oh, I
Chris is
almost
being
forgot.
awesome. Chris, how many followers do we have? Because I'm pretty sure I saw it in the thousands already. I don't know what you've been doing there. You've been wherever your magic wand, dude.
No, so Chris, I'm sorry I cut you out there. It's real quick. I just want to say, yeah, we had the Banker's Dream site going for a bit. So we started off pretty good, but in the past few days, since we really kicked it into gear, it's already kicking back up, and we're gaining daily, daily likes, views, lots of comments, and yeah, it's going really well. So just keep it on everybody's radar.
What's our follow account? Sorry, what's our follow account?
I think it's like, let me check right now. It is, we're at 1429 right now.
That's damn good.
Yeah,
that's
very good. And the responses, the comments, they're actually really good as far as people are commenting, and then I don't know why, but they're tagging like 3 or 4 friends. So, hey, go for it. We love it.
Awesome.
No promo, we put out there, but we love it.
Definitely.
Thanks for that, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Sorry, other Chris, over it.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, what I was going to say was, how do you evaluate if the marketing is effective or not? I mean, you can't just keep dropping without having any kind of feedback. How do you know that it's effective? Especially, let's take like what you said, MB, that you had 150 billboards in South Africa, and Well, first of all, I don't even know if South Africa is a big crypto place. I've heard Nigeria, but not South Africa. And you know, how do we know that they really did this 150? And another thing, I'll be more honest with you, okay? Uh, uh, because it sounds like a lot of conflict of interest. How do you we know that you, MB, because we just met
Mm.
you through Telegram, you see, that you're not getting a
Yeah.
kickback from all this, like
Let me
150
stop
they
you
make
right there.
less
Let
that
me stop you. Let me
yeah,
stop
go
you
ahead.
right there. Let me stop you right there. So first of all, no, I didn't pay for it, and I didn't suggest to do the billboards in South Africa. It was the Swiss people who were kind enough to pay for it, number one, and they asked me to have a look at the company and check them. Do I know them and can I validate that they have these billboards all over the place? So the answer was yes. I validated for the guy in question, the CEO of his company. He then said to me, "Okay, cool. I'm going to sort this out." He negotiated everything. He sorted everything out. And then when it came time to do the actual billboards, they sent me a list, and he said, "Can I go and check on them?" And I drove out 4 days to 3 different sites because they're not close to me. They're far away from me, within a 20-mile radius. I drove around to 4 different sites. That was on the Friday. They weren't up yet. And then I asked him, "Can you send me photos of these things?" He said to me, because I can take video and stuff. I even went and took video to show him, "Look, they're not up yet." And then I know that traditionally South Africa, the work ethic of the people here, not myself, they take a long time and they drag their feet. So then on the Saturday, I sent him a message. Just hang on the Sunday, I sent him a message, and I went out again. I drove out in the rain, went to go look at the 4 sites. It wasn't up yet. And knowing it'll probably only be up on the Monday. I checked again on the Monday, checked again on the Tuesday, and then I started getting in the first photos, which I put up straight away. And then, so those are the main highway billboards, right? Then the other ones that are at the gas stations or service stations, I'm still waiting on photos. I asked again for more photos, and the gentleman was in Dubai on business, and he said to me he's coming back today. He sent me yes, it was yesterday. So he sent me a file which I couldn't download. I tried to download it. It was through WeTransfer. There was a massive file. That didn't work. And then I sent him a message back, and he said, "Can you break it up into smaller files for me?" Which he's started to trickle through to me. So I've got those. But the photos I never took. They do have a date and time stamp on them, showing the date that it was taken, etc. Which I put already one earlier onto the TG group. I'm going to send the others up as we go along, etc. But no, there's no such thing as a kickback. Let's be very clear with that. That I'll take
No,
exception to.
no,
Yeah,
no.
that'll take.
Again, look, I'll keep
Yeah.
it real, and I'll keep it as the question is. I mean, if I'm not trying to offend you, but I'm just trying to keep it real, the conversation, because I know that many times we try to be very politically correct and we try to walk around things. But if you don't ask these questions directly, people will
No,
just have
sure.
questions in their head, and they'll say like, "Hey, this guy he is doing marketing, and he uh, he's doing it in his own home country, and he probably knows a whole bunch of people, and they'll probably give him some kind of something back, because he'll probably say to them, hey, I'll get you the business, you just keep okay, anyhow, forget about that. So I've heard in
Yeah,
these countries, like we had same thing
yeah,
in the US.
let's
We had like Joe
let,
Biden and his son. I mean, they say that
yeah,
Joe
sure,
Biden's son got a
sure.
whole bunch of money from China and Ukraine and everybody everywhere
I
else,
hear you.
and this is
I hear you.
possible. Okay, I mean, no one's
Sure.
above the law.
No,
So,
sure. But let's scrap that question out the way. Yeah.
Do you guys mind if I step in and have a response?
Yeah, sure.
Please.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So I just got back. I think you guys saw earlier. I had to jump out for a minute. Just came back. I'm listening. Chris's question was great, and the answer from Moneybin was perfect. That's the kind of thing. That's the reason I'm here. That pure transparency, dude. Like, you can't get this elsewhere. There's no other crypto community where you can ask a question like that and actually get an answer, which is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, no. So I just wanted to step in. I like that we're sourcing out questions. It's a good thing. We got to do that kind of stuff. And I really appreciate you guys being very transparent with us. Couldn't ask for more, man.
Right.
Awesome,
Hey,
Scott. Thank you.
I was thinking, for marketing, I mean, I think I told this in one of the earlier AMAs in January with Paul that one time I was flying through Frankfurt, Germany, and I saw this big Floki Inu billboard in the airport while I was moving from one terminal to the other. And there was this big, gigantic screen, and there was a Floki Inu. And I thought it was very effective because there was like hundreds of people just walking along with me and going to different terminals. And I think if we do it in countries where there would be an effective result, like in Australia, where crypto is really a big force over there, those are the places where our name would be recognized, or we could develop. And even though it might be a little bit more expensive, those places would be the best place to concentrate on, like
Okay, let,
Australia,
let
US.
me
I agree
respond
with
there
that.
quickly.
I
Let me
agree with that,
respond
and I
there.
think I agree with that, and I also think that that's kind of like what we're doing with billboards and stuff too, man. We got to hit all avenues, and like this thing's it was started in December, so like you got to start at ground floor and just start busting out, and to me it doesn't really matter if it's South Africa, if it's here, or if it's there. We want to do everywhere, but yeah,
Very nice, very nice.
there's definitely certain markets that we got to concentrate on that are bigger and more robust. But every market, in my mind, is a good market because everybody deserves an option like this.
Exactly. There's the other thing, Chris. You got to look at it. You got to look at it like this, right? It doesn't always necessarily come down to, let's say we look at the States and go, okay, well, the States is a good market. America's only got 14% crypto adoption right now. And remember, like, for example, places that's why I started translating these videos also into Spanish, into Ukraine, into Russian, etc., because you need to look at the adoption. And crypto in Ukraine and Russia and Belarus, for example, is massive, is huge. There's 12% of the population there works with crypto. So that's our demographic. That's our market, not just because it's a country that's got a lot of people. If you look at South Africa, it's another way. People here have got, some of them don't have access to bank accounts, but they can get money through crypto. It's quite easy, to off-ramp and on-ramp crypto, let's say 2 people in certain areas through a designated area. Until they started putting clampdowns on the law, for example, with regards to crypto, and you have to go through specific exchanges to get your money in and out because they want to obviously monitor the tax. Now you look at other countries, for example, like Australia. Australia's got a very, and I mean, Kerry, I don't know if he's in the, yeah, he's listening. Australia has got a very big problem with trust factor of crypto. They look at crypto as a scam, as a whole, everything,
No,
Bitcoin, you
no.
name it. Yes,
Oh,
let's just hold on. Let me finish. If you look at crypto in Australia, okay, we've taken a lot of fun, for example, on Reddit and stuff from Australians that are saying, how do I know this is legit? Even when they've bought into other projects, this project, whatever, they turn around and say, the minute they see something they don't like or disagree with, there's a FUD question that comes out of it. Do you understand? So we need to manage all areas appropriately. We need to look at what I did is when I started doing the marketing for this business, I went and checked who uses crypto the most, where's the fastest adoption, and I took a list and I went from top to bottom, and I looked at the costs from top to bottom, and I worked my way from the bottom up. Reason being, from the top to advertising crypto is expensive. We don't have the budget for that. So we need to start tackling each market according to, one, the demographic of use, the adoption, two, the budget that we have available, because we don't have millions of dollars to throw at a budget. I mean, if you look at FTX, for example, during the Super Bowl, they had 1 or 2 of the Super Bowl screens that they had their FTX, and this is an exchange, not even a coin or a project, and they had a seed phrase that you had to crack. And once you crack that seed phrase, you could get the reward that was inside there. Now, this is FTX. They do billions of dollars of revenue. Do you know? And one guy cracked it in like 6 hours. Do you know how much was in the wallet? $10. And they're not even doing billboards. Do you see the point I'm trying to make? Is that if you compare us to other projects that are out there, nobody's doing billboards. Only the big, exchanges are the ones that are throwing out these massive billboards Other ones that are doing billboards, they're probably doing like 5, 10, if you're lucky, 7. We have got 150 floating around you at the moment. So I just look at that and say, for me, if there's 60 million people in the country, of which about 5 million or so are, let's say, in a position of money that can spend money. Of those 5 million people, in terms of education and what they can achieve, you're probably looking at about 3 million. That's potential market in Cape Town and Johannesburg, where these billboards are up, etc. You're probably looking at about a good 2 to 2.2 million people that are potential buyers. Even if we only get 10%, 10% of that, okay, it means 22,000 holders. That's how we look at the marketing. You've got to work it on a percentage of potential, percentage of good potential candidates to market to, or clients that we can pick up. So you might have, for example, more people in Australia.
MB, you got to be able to keep your answer to a concentrated, focused way. I think you're just that last 3 minutes, you've been just talking and talking. Just keep your answer to the specific thing. Be exact. And
Wait, Chris.
Yeah.
He's informing us, man.
I agree, but
you,
he's just going
you asked a question. This is the transparent team informing us of all the details. I mean, I was sitting here in awe with the amount of actual detailed information that I'm getting. I need that kind of stuff when I'm invested in something. So, like, I get your point, but man, yeah, dude, Stravos, I appreciated the detailed response rather than a pocket change response. Personally,
100%. You appreciate it. I want to give you guys an understanding. So whether you think I'm rambling or not, the point is this: I'm giving you details, and I want you to get inside my understanding of why I target these specific things. Because if you have a different opinion, or if you have a different solution and say, well, I would rather do it this way, you're welcome to put it forward. That's why I give you details. No other reason.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, no, I appreciate the details. I think most of us do. I think Chris does as well. Chris might have some ideas
but
he wants to talk about.
I don't know. Every time I hear Stavros or MB talk, I feel like he's like a used car salesman trying to sell me some stuff, and I feel like he's not
Chris,
letting me go.
Chris,
But I agree with you. He is authentic in a way that he presents himself. That's cool. But I just need that answer. And you can't compare FTX with us. I mean, we are nowhere close in that league even. And comparing Super Bowl ads with that's just out of
yeah. Hey, man. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But like you also just said, you need answers. But a couple minutes ago, you said he was talking too much and giving you too many answers. I don't know, man. Like, I think he's doing a great job.
Focused. I'm agreeing with you. He's done a great job. I'm not saying he hasn't, but especially in Reddit. No, I mean, I think he comes from Reddit, so he's got influence in that area. So we got people from there. That's cool. That's really good.
Chris, can I say something real quick, just to the point?
Good.
So just like, I know you want to keep it real and get your feelings out there, but when it comes to talking about the kickback stuff and everything like that, like he's saying he's a Redditor, or we just know him from Telegram, talk transparency. So, like my profile picture, you know who that guy is right there in the profile picture? That's me.
No.
Right? That's me in my profile picture. Okay, so here's the thing. I am very transparent. I'm not trying to hide anything. And I spend a lot of time chatting on the phone with MB, or as I like to call him, Steve, by his first name. I know Steve very well by now. And to hear stuff like that, it's just, we all talk a lot more outside of the group, aside from just in the chat. So you need to understand that it's not just interactions inside the chat that you see, but there's a ton going on behind the scenes. And all that stuff going on behind the scenes is what leads us to trust each other and move forward with each other to make this happen. So, I understand your concerns, but, a moment like right now, trying to, ask him if he's getting kickbacks or anything like that, This just isn't the medium for that. Okay.
I'd say that's a pretty fair assessment. I mean, it's a fair assessment. And like I'm a community member personally. Like, you know, I'm not part of the team. I'm an investor, part of the community, and I see it the same way, man. Fucking MB, Paul, AJ, Simplify, all those guys are they're nailing it. They're working really hard. Chris, the things that you bring up, Chris 88, the things that you bring up are great, man. Look, we all want you to have input. But it's been a bit negative, and I think it, you know, I think we're cycling, we're repeating and answering the same questions. If you have any like really good specific ideas on changes, new approaches, new marketing, I think that's kind of where we want to head, because we're just basically trying to move forward as a community and keep this thing rolling.
Right. And I agree with you. And I think that if you have a question, you should express it, because otherwise it just festers in you.
Always.
And
Always.
I told you, it's like and that will lead to other ways of exhibiting your aggression, and you'd probably do it some kind of passive aggressive way. And that's not cool. Just be direct, go to the jugular,
that's a great
get
point.
your answer,
Great
and be
point.
done.
Right.
That's it.
So just keep your questions constructive and realistic.
Right. And I am. I told you, it's not that kicks and all is
Well,
not part of the realm. It is part of the realm, and people can take abuse the system.
The kickback question, I appreciate it, but at the same time, don't mention it again, please, because it's not something that it's not. No, it's listen. It's not something that I take lightly, and because I'm busting my ass 18 hours a day for this community. Hold on. I'm busting my ass 18 hours a day for this community to ensure that this business succeeds. So that type of question, you can chat offline. If you want, you can speak to Chris. I've KYC with Chris in Barado. I KYC with him. So he knows who I am. So when you choose those questions, I think maybe do some research first, and then, you know, ask them in a controlled space. Maybe if there was 4 or 5 of us and you want to ask that question, great. But this type of forum over here just comes off as fun. You understand what I'm saying? It's not cool.
This is an AMA, and I think I'm not trying to make you look bad, but I'm just keeping it real and saying what the thing is. And as I told you, we should advertise in countries where, as you said, we don't have a big pocket. I mean, we don't have a big deep pocket. So Australia, I heard 21 adoption rate for crypto. Australia is a big market. All right. And maybe these other countries that adapt crypto is because they have no other choices, like you said, Africa, South Africa, and Ukraine and Russia, because they have no other options, no normal banking route, so they adapt crypto as fast as possible. And that's cool. I mean, I'm not saying it's not, but I think wherever the market is really effective, we should be concentrating our focus on there, even though it might be little, but still, because people know what that is. That's what it is. That's what I was trying to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So what we'll
let's
do
do
is,
this.
hey Chris, what we'll do is you know, this at the end of the day is very productive, just because we like the idea of, you know, the billboards and airports and stuff like that, you know, and even though thousands of people are driving on the road and seeing the billboards, you know, as they're driving, that's also a productive marketing tool. So when the funds allow it in the marketing budget to do something like that, then at least that's on the table now. So, you know, we appreciate the suggestion, because that's what this is all about, is talking about stuff like that.
Correct.
You know, and then
we should not be afraid to question people in power. You see, people who are running the project, you shouldn't be afraid to question them. Ask them direct questions. Why this? If you have, that's how you will progress. Otherwise, you have to look at Enron. You know how many people invest in Enron thinking they were the golden child? I mean, I know a few people that invest, and guess what? They went down the drain because what? They couldn't question some dude who was living in Houston. I mean, come on, that's not right. After you lose your money, you can't question anybody. See, you got to be able to be direct.
Yeah, but there's.
So
I know. Chris,
can I step in for a sec, Chris?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks, bud. So listen, everything you're saying makes sense, but I'm starting to think maybe we should rename a live AMA to air your grievances session. Do you know what I'm saying? And no, honestly, Chris, everything you're saying is fine, man. Everybody's allowed to have a voice. We want your voice here. It's all good. So like maybe seriously though, maybe we name instead of live AMA, it's more of a community update. We got to give more mic time to the team members,
idea, Scott. Like because the other moments that we have, you know, the earlier AMAs or just the middle of the day AMAs, you know, we can have a Festivus type AMA where we talk and like if you got a concern, just get on the voice chat and let's just talk it out because you know
exactly
because
Chris has a lot to say, but they're not a ton of questions. They're more grievances, and that's okay too, dude. There's nothing wrong with that. But this format is more for updating the community on what happened in the last 24 hours. Considering that this community does daily AMAs, people are looking forward to like, hey, what did I miss while I was sleeping? That kind of stuff. So yeah, maybe just adjusting daily AMAs to daily community updates, and then we can do even separate like air your grievances AMAs, community chats, or whatever. I just think it would make it go a little smoother.
All right, let me jump in here first. Stop.
There he is.
Let me jump in first. I did let this go on purpose, right? I did let this go on purpose, but as you can see, if you let things go out of hand, it's just an endless discussion. Just let me jump in here. So, Chris, like Chris88, because we have so many Chris's in here, right? The question is valid. Yeah, don't worry. Ask those questions, right? Ask those questions. I also get your point with that you want MB to get on point, but I think he also did very good with a detailed answer. But now just let me give you like this information for the end. So basically, when we were in Zug, we had the investor there who was also organizing the Zug event, and he told us, all right, see here, I have a contact in South Africa. He is having a lot of billboards, right? Like roughly 150 billboards. He's a friend of mine. I will pay it. We can set it up. And then we said, all right, seems cool to us. MB lives in South Africa, so maybe he is also able to take some photos and all that stuff, right? He was driving a lot around for the billboards. But basically, what I wanted to say with the billboards, yeah, I get your point with Frankfurt, right? Billboard there in Frankfurt Airport is a big one. Yeah, this is a huge one. Also Times Square. Yeah, this kind of billboards are very, very big. But then again, of course, we want to use this for us as a business free exposure, right? We had MB checking everything. Now we're using the exposure. That we want to use more billboards in the future, yes, of course. But we can't afford to have a billboard up, for example, in Times Square and have to pay tens of thousands of dollars for a few days of airtime there. And not even consistent airtime, right? This virtual billboard will just pop up a few times there, and you're paying like thousands of dollars. Of course, we want to do it, but we cannot do it at the moment, right? So this just for the billboard question now. All right, so let us move on, because as I said, I did have this on purpose, just because things are getting out of hand, like in the past few AMAs, like out of hand with the discussions.
Yeah, hey Paul, I have also another question.
Yes, go
on this AMA that you had, because see, I don't know, we didn't start an AMA, the usual update AMA where you update us. I mean, everybody was talking a whole bunch of stuff for the last 15, 20 minutes. That's the reason I hopped in with my questions with MB. And yeah, hey, don't take it any wrong way, all right, MB? I mean, it's just keeping the conversation. I'm sure somebody else already had this thought in their mind, so I was not trying to make you feel bad in any way. It's just you just have to accept that because you are in that position. That's therefore I presented it to. Anyhow, Paul, this AMA that you had, okay, what is the real reason why we are going to get a real world license? Like, why are we incorporating ourselves in the real world at Zook? Is it because we can buy real estate? And another thing is, if you think that buying real estate, it's a hassle to maintain, it's a lot of work. I mean, you don't. You said that from your AMA, you said we get like we can take the rent and we can spread it out among the investors. That sounds reasonable, but maintaining a real estate apartment complex or something that way, it's a lot of work. Management companies, empty apartments, people coming in and out, and if things break down, it's expensive, and there's a lot of hassle with this real estate part of it. Okay, if you really think about it. But I have a suggestion, another alternative suggestion. Web 3.0, that is the metaverse. All right, a lot of banks, they're moving to the meta world, but they're buying property in the meta world. They are like Decentraland and all these places. They're basically building the infrastructure for that. And we, being a crypto company, we should concentrate maybe because everybody will eventually have a VR or a AR set, and we'll probably be living more into the meta world. And I think if we can concentrate, if you're talking about real estate, concentrate in that area because that is more the future. Because the real like apartment complex and all, that's old school way of thinking. I mean, the new way of thinking is more that metaverse thing. And so I think if we can invest in land or apartments over there, that'd be great. All right.
Get you. Get your point. Get your point. But I can tell you, we are of course also looking into metaverse investments. But before we have them going, we need the cross-chain investments done. So I was dropping into the chat before that right now we have this 50 BNB sitting ready. And once I have the time to set everything up in the correct way, right? Because if you're running the project, we cannot just simply go there, make another wallet and buy into it, yeah, because we are also looking to move the fund into the multisig wallet and everything, yeah, just to keep things secure. But we need to have the cross-chain investments first, and then we are looking into the different options, right? We are also looking into the metaverse because I can understand you, right? The metaverse is huge, I can tell you. But then again, for your question, I will just make this point to point, right? First thing was, why are we incorporating in Zug? There is a very, very big reason for it. Because technically, right, we are running a fund. You're running a fund, and if regulation doesn't like us as a fund, we ourselves, we as a team, we can get into a lot of trouble there for running a fund which is not regulated. It doesn't matter if the fund is only sticking to crypto then, right? But if we are having this up and this gets more and more exposure out there, we as individuals, we will have a huge problem because we are basically running a fund then. We are maybe even running a security, yeah, if someone is has bad intentions for us. So this is something we need to take care of. That's why we are doing it this way. Otherwise, the workaround to this is just to remain anonymous, right? This is a workaround in crypto. A lot of dev teams use that, but remaining anonymous is not the way we wanted to go, right? If we wanted to stick to crypto only, we would stay anonymous, no problem about it. But since we released faces and infos and everything about us, right? We're doxxed. Basically, we are doxxed since the live event in Zug. Yeah, we even had a live event. If someone is coming from the wrong side, we will have a big problem.
Would we be investing in securities like stocks like BlackRock or Blackstone or Tesla or all these big name like Apple, these blue chip companies? Or
of course, if it's worth it, right? This is something which hasn't been done before. You just also need to think from the risk management side. Yeah, this doesn't mean that the fund will go with 90% of the fund value into real estate or into stocks, but it will be, from the risk management side, a great thing to add. Because then you see, of course, we are investing into metaverse. Yeah, we are even looking at mining and all of that different stuff, right? But then again, point one, you need the money for it, right? And with lower volume, money drops in slower, right? So we need to make the steps, smaller steps for the fund itself. But then again, if you are able to, let's say, build a bridge, let's say, for example, with real estate and crypto, right? Because a lot of companies out there are trying it, but they are basically, this is what AJ always is talking about. If they're talking about ownership through NFTs, for example, yeah, they are not doing it the right way because it is not regulated. And if you buy into this NFT, you are not actually owning this real estate, right? And this is what we want to achieve. We want the fund to actually own the real estate, right? From the management side, of course, yeah, I know, I know as a financial advisor, it can get a headache, right? But then again, there are companies out there which you can tell, all right, you handle this, right? And you have like literally no hassle with it, like nothing to do at all. You do not need to manage anything there. You pay them a little bit of money there, but then again, if you take the right real estate, yeah, of course you cannot just go out on the road and say, hey, I want to buy this house. Yeah, this seems nice to me, so it makes a good investment. No, from the investment side, you always need to make the calculation, right? And in this calculation, almost anything is in there, right? But yes, also looking into different things. Yeah, we want to, from the risk management side, if we are able to merge crypto and real world assets in one fund, this is huge. This is huge because you can basically go to a bank and tell them, right, look at this portfolio. We're invested in crypto. We have real estate. We have stocks, right? Go sell this. Sell this for us as a product. And this is what we are aiming for. Not easy to do. Then again, not easy to do. But this is also one big reason for us to incorporate in a sustainable way. Because just imagine us incorporating, for example, on Cook Island. Yeah, we can do that. It's no problem. But then again, from the regulation side, the fund is like not regulated at all. Then you need to make these points fixed in the incorporation. Then that it needs to be written down, and also from the country in which you are incorporating in, it needs to be clear that you as a token, you are no security, and your fund is not under this fund rules, right? Because then the SEC would come for us, like in Germany the BaFin would come for us. This would be a big hassle, I can tell you.
Yeah, sounds cool. Yeah, that's all right.
All right, I hope I got your question. But then again, for your suggestion, metaverse, yes, definitely. This is huge gains you can make, and I also think, yeah, this is a big part of the future, because if we saw it previously, I don't know if you are familiar with this one, but Second Life was a big thing in the past, and this is basically Second Life, but in a profitable way for everyone, right? There is a reason that bigger companies are trying to buy into the metaverse, yeah, trying to get properties and all of that stuff. You can use these properties to actually rent out, for example, yeah, for people which actually are active on the metaverse. You can make ad space there on these properties. Yeah, this is huge. This is a huge opportunity.
You can go for job interviews in the metaverse. You don't have to really put on any clothes. You can be sitting in your living room and no suit or tie, but in the metaverse, you probably have your own avatar, and you could go for a job interview. You could work over there. You could earn an income in the metaverse. So that's humongous. The potential is just flabbergasting in it. And I think we should look more into that area, because that seems to be the more of a futuristic part of it.
Definitely. But I can tell you already, so basically, since we have the cross-chain now in place, right? We needed 50 BNB in total for it. Yeah, it took quite a bit of time because volume was very low. But then again, metaverse is something we are taking a deep look into. Nodes is something we are taking a deep look into. This was also a community suggestion. So basically, these are the main two things which we are looking into for, or as next edition for the fund, right? So we will take a look, and we will have an AMA dedicated to these two things, right? Because if you, with basically every single one or any single one out here wants to vote on this stuff, we need to educate the people, right? Because not everyone is familiar with the metaverse, or not everyone is familiar with nodes. So this is something we need to talk about, and then we can have the vote going on. All right. S wrote something here. On another note, can we do investment into XRP from the whale fund? It is an easy 10x once the settlement between Ripple and SEC is reached. The case looks like it's really in Ripple's favor at the moment. Most are predicting a Ripple win favorable settlement. I like XRP personally. Let me just quickly overthink. For the next poll, do you want to have XRP added into the poll? Yeah, but this is a very simple question now. Doesn't matter if
I don't
you
want
like XRP.
Paul, if you don't mind, I don't want to derail, but I want to throw out one thing as far as future investments, and this is just my opinion. Obviously, that's the cool thing about BD Capital. We get to source this stuff out, make votes, and all that. I personally would think we should try and stay away from centralized stuff. But that's just my personal opinion.
All right, now I get it. Yeah, I get the opinion. And these are things which we saw in the past also, because, for example, just as an example, Sol, like Solana, right? I like it, personally invested in it, like the team behind it and everything. It's great. Solana is great. But then again, as you can see, too centralized, yeah, just shutting it down, right? And you can do nothing about it. Totally get your point, but this is also something we will just set up a poll, right? Because this is a decision, just taking a look at different investment cases. If they seem nice to us, all right, we'll set them up as a poll, and then in the end, every single one of you will decide, right? It's not a team decision. Of course, we are setting up the polls, but then again, we're trying to bring in a good mix of everything, right? If it's now centralized or decentralized completely, we're trying to bring in a good mix. So basically, we can cover a lot of space there.
Yeah, no, beautiful answer, man. And like that, yeah, that's the thing, man. The whole community driven aspect of this and us being able to actually have our input.
All right. Sorry for that. I don't know why. I wasn't even touching my keyboard, but Telegram decided to end the Carrie. It happens. It already happened to me, right? Mod powers are big powers, I guess. It's alright, Scott. You can now start again.
Oh crap! Yeah, I lost my connection. Now I don't even know like how much was heard.
Just start from the beginning, right? It's okay.
All right, so basically what I was saying is that like that's the thing. That's why I'm here. The whole reason I'm here is that we have a choice and we have a voice as the people of the community. We can vote on these things. So like my ideas and my feelings on certain investments are important and they play into the whole thing. However, if my sentiment isn't the sentiment of the group, I trust the group to make those decisions simply because that's why we're here, because we actually get a chance to do this as a group, to speak with the team and make decisions. That, excuse my French, shit doesn't happen on a lot of other coins and tokens. It just doesn't. So like, I love that idea about this project. We all have a say. It's rare, man, and I appreciate that.
No, Scott, the best communities have good AMAs where they discuss everything. I mean, literally every little problem that you have or every single thing that you think could possibly go wrong, because they're all safeguarding their investment into the future. Because I expect to get a paycheck from BD Capital.
Isn't that
hopefully in
beautiful,
the
Chris?
future. Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's great. It's great, man. That's why I feel so good about the community, and watching today too. With a bit of a whale sell off, and watching that chart just jump up, and the community came together, and the people who were here for long-term holds. I mean, and I'll repeat what Paul said. It's your money. Do what you want with it, man. You want in, you want out. That's cool. It's all good. But watching this community like rally up today was so fucking cool. And yeah, no, I love seeing it, man.
Definitely, I can tell you, I got some awesome vibes when I saw community going hard on it again. Right, it's the best thing that could possibly happen. No, but then again, this is like the basic flaw which we saw in traditional finance, right? Because there are plenty of funds out there, yeah, plenty of options for people to invest in. But then again, you have like you can, of course, um like get into a certain segment, right? If you want to invest into tech only, then yeah, choose a fund which is investing in tech only. But then again, if you never really have a real saying in these decisions, right? There are some funds out there. Just as a little background story, they had big positions in Wirecard in it. I never liked Wirecard. This was a very, very, very big company in Germany, which ended up being a yeah, a scam basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
it became the Enron of Germany, right? Yeah,
exactly. It was a very big, yeah, this was a multi-billion-dollar business. Yeah, this was listed on the DAX, yeah, which is the biggest I think it's also called index in English. Yeah, it was just the biggest index
yeah,
in Germany, and it was basically a scam, right? And it was like, wow, why did you add this company at first hand, right? Because no one was really checking the company. Everyone just said, ah, yeah, we checked it, right? Ah,
right. And the people that raised questions in 2017, remember those reporters, and they got in trouble with the government because these guys had so much power. They contacted the government, and the government, I mean, these guys lost their jobs because of reporting some discrepancy in the accounting paperwork. And yeah, I mean, see, you got to question. It doesn't make a difference. You got to have a thick skin. That's how this is. It's people's money. That's what it is.
exactly, exactly. So this is always why we are stressing this out, right? Just one thing which we do not want like to have in the future is like this very long discussions, right? This is just, yeah, people are losing interest into the AMAs if we have this too long discussions here. So we try to, so we need to try in the future just to get on point with the questions. Right, detail is always fine. I'm also trying to get very, very detailed always, right? But then again, we can't have this very long discussions in the AMAs. But again, encouraging everyone, do it like Chris 88 does. Just ask questions, right? Keep them in a polite way. Yeah, also critical questions. Nothing wrong about a question. Just ask them.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, my phone is about to die. I wanted to get this in real quick. Yeah, we should talk about like maybe switching the dailies to like community updates, something like that, because I want to hear what you guys have to say to update us. I have questions too, and I'd love to be in on those questions, but there's also like a level where it's like, I'm dying for all the info that you guys have. And if everybody's queuing up consistently, you guys can't give it to us. So maybe something like that. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, we are actually trying to restructure like this not only having a daily AMA, but then again, we also had a suggestion, hey, why don't we dedicate, for example, one AMA in the week for the fund, one AMA for the fundamentals, right? And then one open mic AMA in which everyone can just hop in and ask any questions, right? Because this would bring back some more structure, right? Because and this is also why I wanted to let this discussion go, because right now 1 a.m. in Germany, so pretty late already, middle of the night. Now, just imagine I wanted to talk a bit about the fundamentals as usual, right? I wouldn't have the chance to do so because at some point I also need to get started, like, well, not started, but finished with a cross-chain investment. So I do not have unlimited time as well. And then again, maybe we have new people, right? Which wanted to hear the fundamentals. And then I had no chance to actually talk about it because we had this going on. So we need to bring a structure in, like a structured week for the AMAs, right? For example, as I said, fund AMA, then we have this fundamental AMA, then we have the, for example, open mic AMAs in which everyone can just hop in, ask any questions. We are just sitting there answering every question, right? Then maybe update AMAs, yeah, stuff like this. So we can have a bit of a structure in there. But it seems like people like that, right?
Yeah,
That's a
no,
good idea.
that sounds good. This is what I like to call success problems.
Yeah, definitely. So I can tell you the the way we went already. Just if I'm thinking back, like starting from this 80K market cap and having this little pump up right after launch with a buy pressure, then consolidating a longer time, then getting on the run to the all-time high, and now at this point again, we learned a lot. I can tell you, yeah. And this is also something we as a team, like no one of us is perfect by any means, right? So if you have anything which bothers you or have a suggestion or something which you say, don't like how this looks in the project, right? Can we structure it a different way? Always suggest it, right? As you see, we try to get every single opinion in, and we try to have a workaround to, yeah, meet like the most opinions we can. Because sometimes, of course, we cannot meet like we cannot make every single suggestion, right? This is not possible for us. This would get way out of hand. But then again, trying to do it this way, I think we will do pretty well moving forward.
Wait, did you say that the people in the team are not perfect people? Because I'm gonna sell my fucking bags right now.
Oh yeah, if you show me like this perfect team, oh, I tell you, I will drop my life savings in there.
I'm 40 years old. I'm still looking for what a perfect person fucking looks like. I'll tell you that. Oh,
You know what?
man, I'm cursing
Hey,
a lot. Sorry.
I'll tell you one thing, all right? I'll tell you why I got into Banker's Dream before we start calling it MD Capital, but MD Capital we will call it. But the thing is, the
Oh,
reason why I
cool.
got into them is because they were four German dudes. That's the reason. That's one of my main. I don't know why I trusted y'all guys, and it was just I basically aped in without. I mean, well, I did talk to y'all before Christmas, but even before y'all got launched. I remember. I mean, and I had a feel for y'all, and I could feel that good vibe. And it's mainly because y'all were Germans, and there was four German guys who came up with this idea, and they pushed on, and they made it into reality, and that's why I went with this. So I think y'all guys are a perfect team, yeah.
Love to hear that. I remember back then when you told us, "Hey, I invested only because I heard you're German. I like this." I
Right,
remember
right,
it back
right.
then.
You see, Texas.
Honestly, as a sentiment from an American, yeah, that's not far fetched, man. We over here in America, we love Germans, and we actually like we know the work ethic over there. But all that aside, it doesn't matter the work ethic of German people. I've gotten to know these guys just over the last couple months, and German or not, man, these guys are working hard and have a million good ideas. So yeah, I've been stoked.
Yeah, in Texas, we have a lot of German heritage over there. A lot of small towns that are still German. You can get German food. A lot of the stuff that AJ puts up on the Telegram, the pictures and all. the sausages and all that stuff. Yeah, you can buy all that stuff in Texas
Yeah,
too.
now you're making me hungry.
Yeah, so yeah, I used to when I used to travel around in Texas, I would buy a lot of this German food, stock up, bring it home, give it to the kids, give it to the wife, all appreciate it, all love it. So yeah, so German heritage is cool with me.
Love to hear that. Love to hear that. And Benetzi, no, don't worry. We will not have a German sausage BD logo. Don't worry. All right, but it seems like people like the idea of this more structured week, like more structured AMAs, also having this open mics, in which we can have the discussions, in which we want the discussions, right? But then again, also, yeah, this is like, how do you say it in English? No hard feelings for any question or anything right here. But then you also need to understand the point. We cannot have like constant discussions in every single AMA going on, because this things get out of hand, right? We need to have the things set up in a structured way. Also did see something here for any new people to link straight to the 0.5 to 10 minute video about topical. Yes, this is something we want to set up, but I want to set it up with MB directly, because as you saw maybe already, he is very good with the video software. So we want to make the video talking about tokenomics, then again talking about the fund and everything, and then being able to put this up on YouTube. So we have basically a link for every single thing out there, right? This will also make our life a lot easier out there.
Hey, real quick, I gotta go pay attention to the wife so that she doesn't leave me. I appreciate the AMA, guys. Beautiful as always. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, man. Thank you for attending. Yes.
Yeah, later.
Take care of your wife. Take care.
Yeah, happy wife, happy life, right?
Yeah, exactly. Kindly check DM. Wait here, simply dropped in the chat. Let's make a plan when we talk about different topics so we can better cover each section, and you need not to come with AMA. Yeah, exactly. This will make our life easier in the AMAs, and also for every single one out there easier, right? And also, if we have AMAs topic wise, maybe some people only want to hop on updates, for example, right? Or maybe some people only want to hop on fund AMAs. So very good way to set it up here. All right. So just some quick updates. Getting slowly to the end of today's AMA. As we told before, MB has more and more AMAs scheduled, right? With different communities. Tomorrow we will be at Shibong. Then on Saturday there's another one, on Sunday, and I think also even Monday, MB said. So good amount of work there for us to get on. So let's see. AMAs are great exposure, tell you. This is working great. And also because our, let's say, our product sometimes needs education, or let's say explanation, right? It's hard for people to get through everything which is involved in this product. Oh, here he dropped it. Monday isn't confirmed, but I'm pushing for it. Nice. Tomorrow through to Sunday confirmed. Love it. Love it. Basically, I can sit every time on this AMA channel and just talk. I like this. All right. Do we have any more questions coming to the end today? Because today was a very hectic day. Let's keep it this way. But I'm very proud of the community, and it's kind of a relief for us right now. We have space to grow again. We have air to breathe again. There are not anymore these two very, very big wallets, which sold constantly. So kind of a relief for us, can tell you. Heavyweight away from the shoulders. Anything about airdrop and burn? Ah, yes. The airdrop I want to finish today. The sending out the airdrops. The burn event. Then again, of course, I cannot announce any like names or stuff like that, right? For the burn event, also doing the calculations in the end today. But then again, I think after today we will just top it off and let's say just burn straight away the 4 trillion, right? Because we did amazingly as a community. So just trying to also give back in a way possible for us, right? Because we said, I think 30 BNB it was, 4 trillion, but yeah, fuck it. Let's just burn everything, right? But in exchange, I want every single one of you on Reddit, right? As you was doing before, yeah, just hop on Reddit as well. We need it. We need the exposure. And since I get the insights from Reddit, it works, right? We get a big amount of exposure there. And we also working on 2 other videos, which are in a very, very nicely designed way for TikTok. So then I'm offering Reddit shits, JD. Yeah. So basically, yeah, just burn 4 trillion straight away, right? We should do it. It's a nice way of handling things, I guess. Because this was very hectic day, but in the end I'm very happy, right? Can tell you, if you are like in charge of everything and you know for sure, all right, there are those 2 big wallets and they are selling. Yeah, they are putting a lot of sell pressure on the chart since a long time already. Then it's kind of a relief for us, can tell you, especially if you are in charge. I know it's not nice, right? The way it went down, but then again, we saw again, got a very, very strong community. Paul is happy, I'm happy. Nah, do it the other way around, yeah. If you guys are happy, we are happy as a team, right? Pair of floaties. Yeah, I think these are this things you get on your arms for kids to swim. I don't know the English term. Swim wings. Okay, it's too late already for me.
It is floaties.
It is floaties, alright. So you got it right.
I think I used to call, well, when my kids were learning swimming, they had these little things on their arms, and we used to call them floaties. But I mean, I guess different regions have different names.
Alright, so I got this right. Alright, people. So, basically, again, big thank you to everyone out there, right? Everyone was standing their ground. Didn't see a lot of bad stuff happening in the chat. Of course, you will always have some discussions going on. You will always see the chat getting heated a little bit, but then again, things went down pretty smoothly, I guess, right? So very big thank you to everyone from the whole team. Yeah, I can speak from the whole team. To everyone out here in the community, a very big thank you. And let's see what the future brings. And also maybe I can bring up tomorrow some more insights for the private sale and crowd sale platform, right? Also saw, whoa, I missed to answer that. Give me a second. The suggestion that we should make a, for example, private sale to fund any things. Yeah, you always have the option to do so, right? But I don't think at the moment it is very necessary, right? We are not running short. Development is paid already, paid it beforehand from my funds, and we should be good to go. So basically from the development side, I can tell you, yeah, this is no secret. This was like, or in total, it is going to be 50K in total for the development of crowd sale, private sale, and also the charity being added there. So quite a bigger number there. And of course, constantly pumping in money into marketing and all of that stuff, but not at a point at the moment in which I say, oh, we need, for example, a additional private sale or stuff like this going, right? Nothing to worry about right now from the money side. All right. So basically, can cut this off. Jackson, welcome to the community. All right, check your DM. MB, I wish you a lot of fun with your DMs. Oh man, there's a lot. All right, people. Yeah, I know the hustle. I can tell you. But I can tell you also my DMs have been flooded today, especially after the whale sold off, right? But now again with the AMAs going on, but it's all right, right? Okay, everyone. Thank you. And I think next week we should be finished with a nice schedule, a structured schedule, so everyone knows, all right, this is the plan for this AMA, and so on and so forth. So getting some structure into the AMAs, right? Okay, people. Thank you all for attending now for the, I don't know, millionth time already. And have a good morning, good evening, good rest of the day, whatever time zone you're sitting in. And keep it up, people. Get on the Reddit posts, right? I said it before. This is like, I just dropped them in here again. This is important for us. So get on them, rate stock twits if you can. And otherwise, big thank you, right? Very proud of all of you in here. Very, very, very proud. All right, people. Then, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, Chris. Thank you.